Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Torrential Tom. I am your host, Torrential Tom. So I mentioned in my video a couple days ago that we will be watching a snowstorm early next week or in a couple of days and one later this coming week. So we're going to take a quick look at those two storms with an update tonight and then come out with a more detailed video probably on Monday. So we're going to quickly look at our current weather map. I mentioned the other night that the storm we are watching for Tuesday and Wednesday was just entering the United States a couple of days ago, right up here in the northwest. It has now shifted southwards towards California or through California, giving the state some much needed precipitation, rain in the southern part of the state, and a lot of snow in the mountains of that state. High pressure dominating our area. That is why we had a beautiful day today. That is why we will have a beautiful day tomorrow. We look at the current surface map for the Northeast, and we can see from this map a lot of the winds for most of the region are coming from out of the northwest, coming out of the north. That is what's giving us the cold temperatures. A lot of the area experiencing below average temperatures. You have mid-20s for a lot of the area, even as far south as DC, Virginia, you're in the 20s. And if you move into Canada, you can see some really cold Canadian Arctic air. You have temperatures below zero. You have a couple readings of 8 below, 2 below, 4 below. So the cold is here. It's been with us for a few days and will continue to stick around for the next week. So we move to our GFS American model. This is the latest initialization of the latest model from earlier today. We saw from our current surface map the precipitation in Southern California. That is the storm we are watching. And then we had our high pressure here that, as I mentioned, is dominating our area, giving us some nice clear skies. The reason why we had windy weather today and some very cold wind chills was because of a departing low pressure system. This high pressure system is moving in, and that is giving us our differences in pressure between the two, giving us some tight isobars here, giving us some strong gusty winds. We move now to Sunday early evening. Our weather maker for early in the week has now shifted into Texas. It is grabbing moisture from both the Pacific and it is beginning to grab moisture from the Gulf of Mexico ahead of the system. We move into Monday afternoon. We can see some severe storms possible in the southern part of the storm as there's a front moving through. There's some heavy rain. And the major difference from what we saw a couple days ago, the GFS is showing now a much larger swath of wintry weather in the cold sector of the storm. Now we move to Tuesday morning. The low pressure system has now moved further northeast into Illinois, Indiana. So giving snow there to Chicago, Detroit, moving into Pennsylvania. And from this point, we look at our winds in the upper atmosphere. This is a vorticity map at 500 millibars in our atmosphere. And this is basically showing us where the spin in the atmosphere is, where our low pressure and our high pressure systems are. We have our high pressure here in Canada, which is a very strong one. We have the low pressure, which is what we're looking at on the weather models right here. In Indiana and Illinois, and then we have another high pressure system off the coast of Florida, which is dominating a lot of the southeast. So basically at this point in time with the two high pressure systems, this low pressure can only really move its way out this way. Now the other day it was showing a track further to the south, which was giving us some limited precipitation, if that. It was showing mostly flurries. for our area. Now it is showing a further north track. So some light snow moving into our area by Tuesday afternoon. And then as we move into Tuesday midnight, we have a little more moderate snow in the southeastern New York State. May see some rain mix in northeastern New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, and then northwestern Jersey up in the mountains can see mostly snow as well. Behind that system, as it departs, that is where we are going to watch our next big player, as we have the low pressure here. This is Wednesday afternoon, so not even a full day after our snow from the previous storm moved out, we are going to be watching a bigger player. And as you can see, Thursday morning, this thing is developing off the North Carolina, Virginia coast. And at this point in time, again, we have that high pressure here. We have another high pressure sticking around, very strong high pressure up here in Canada. How far north can this low pressure move? Right now, it is showing a further track to the east and northeast. So giving us limited precipitation in our area. Again, a further track, maybe even 100 miles, 200 miles to the northwest, and we could be looking at a very significant storm. Right now, this model is showing it with a pressure of 967 millibars, which is the pressure of a pretty strong hurricane at that point. So we could see some strong winds still with this, even if it moves off the coast and we don't see precipitation. But if it shifts to the west and northwest, we could see some major impacts from this system. Again, that system is still out in the Pacific Ocean, so we don't have too much information on it. But as we move closer to Monday, Tuesday, we will be watching very closely. Now we move to the European model just to see if it's similar to the American model with Tuesday's storm. So as we see, the low pressures here grabbing moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. We have that swath of frozen precipitation here. Tuesday afternoon, the snow's moving in. The major difference between this and the American model is this one is a little bit more moisture starved, not much precipitation going on with it, and it also is showing a low pressure system forming off the coast of Virginia, North Carolina. So that's really where all this energy is being shifted to, and this is going to be moving pretty much due east away from our area. So with the European model, some light snow. With the GFS, a little bit more moderate snow, and we will look at what snow totals those models are predicting just in a few more slides. So, as I mentioned before, right after, as that storm departs, we'll be watching our next major player. This is Wednesday afternoon, low pressure forming in the Tennessee Valley. And the European model has the same idea, taking that major storm, major low pressure off the coast and taking it to our south and east, giving us limited precipitation, if any, right now, but still impacting us with some strong winds. So this is a storm that's kind of stuck around in the models and continues to show up. So it's something we're going to continue to watch, as it could be a major impact to our area at the end of this week. So snowfall totals for the Tuesday into Wednesday storm. European model right now showing a limited amount, heaviest amounts west of the Hudson River for southeastern New York. Northwestern New Jersey showing the highest totals as well. We may see some mixing in in northeast New Jersey, the city, and Long Island, especially with that storm kind of being starved of moisture. So a couple inches there. GFS is a little bit more bullish on it in the southeast New York, northwest New Jersey region, But again, with that mix, it's not showing much of anything for New York City and Long Island, maybe an inch or two for northeastern New Jersey. I will have an official snowfall map on Monday with regard to this storm. So in summary, below average temperatures through next week. Mostly clear tomorrow for our Sunday. Winds are going to be backing off a little bit tomorrow. Clouds are going to begin to move in late Monday. Chance of light snow Tuesday into Wednesday. Bigger threat late next week, which I will provide updates on. And a stormy pattern potentially following next week, as we may have some more shots of storms moving through our area. And if you want some more updates, follow me on Twitter at Torrential Tom. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my videos. I will have an update Monday with the storm early next week, and I will provide more updates about the major storm that's showing up later next week as we move through the week. So have a good Sunday. Enjoy the championship football games. I will talk to you early next week.